Right, good evening. It took a bit of a while to do day 3. I got a bit distracted to say the least. I might have had a delivery of Black Seas off if you're doing the solution, which got me very distracted. So, what I've got on my screen is the wrong part, then the wrong input, well prepared here on DannyTube. So I'll get open part 1, ignore everything that's red. We'll go back to the puzzle. So basically we get this little 2D grid thing that somehow represents an engine. Who knows how it represents an engine? Basically, it wants us to find every number with a symbol next to it that's not a dot and add them together for the first part. So, what we did was, it's a bit sketchy, we start by scanning the data, just reading it into a 2D array of bytes, and that happens down here, so we just do, it's nothing that exciting really, just os.read file, read the entire file, print an error if something's gone horribly wrong, and then make a 2D array, then for each byte pretty much append to it. It's pretty standard there. So then the next bit is this .solve function for the first bit. That basically, it goes over from left to right, scans every single entry in the 2D array, and if it's a number, it calls the is a valid number function. And what that does is it's going to return either a number or not. No, is it? Yeah. Yeah, is a valid number. We say whether or not the number represented here is a valid one with a symbol next to it. But as we go, we keep track of the current number. So this bit of code just here, basically what this does is if it's no, the other bit of code, so I'm going mad. Can't even read my own code, that's how bad it is. If it's greater than the character 0 or equal to, or it's less than the character 9, it's a number, times current number by 10, then add the integer value of the letter minus the digit 0. Then we reset it at the end of every line and after reading a number, or none number even. So then there's this is valid number. Oh goodness, this is the worst function I've written in a while. Oh, I lie, it's crap. So we start with a for loop, then an if loop, then a for loop, then a for loop, then an if. Yeah, basically we want to go back to the start of a number, so we could be in the middle of a number. Well, actually, technically we're at the end of a number when we start it. So if it's number 12, we're at the 2, and we start there and we go back until the first digit. We backtrack along the number, and then if it's still a number we're scanning, and that's not we've overscanned into something which isn't a number, then what we're going to do is we're going to, hang on a minute, we're going to iterate all the digits around it, so that's going to be like up, left, like sort of all around it, up 1, down 1, left 1, right 1, and the diagonals as well. Then if we see the a symbol, which is if it's not a symbol and it's not a number, then we tag it as valid. In fact, if we tag it as valid, we can just break as well, and we can, return early. And then what we got here, this basically else statement, this is saying we stopped reading numbers, we've gone too far. Let's say we started at 1, 2, we've read 2, we've read 1, now we've gone to whatever was before 1, let's say it was a dot, that's not part of a number, so we break and we return there. So that's how part 1 works. It was not the world's best code. Compared to part 2, it looks quite good though. So, goodness, where do we start? Oh dear, so it does mostly the same logic. All that's changed is what happens here. So for every number, what we have a look to see is it a gear? Oh well, we scan the current number, although I don't actually use the current number ever. In fact, we could just delete current number. It's just here, it's lurking. Look at this, delete it, delete it. Well, actually, no, we'll leave it. Because I realise it will break something else, which is equally funny. Well, I might have gone too far back in history. Oh no, I've ruined it. Goodness, who could have guessed live coding goes wrong? So, basically, we get our number, same as before. And then once we finish reading it, we call a function, which is handle number. Then we give the coordinates of our current number. It's x minus 1. Or should it be x minus 1? Oh, I've introduced a bug, but it doesn't affect the input, so that's fine. It's x minus 1, but if we're at the end of the line and there's a single digit number, then it wouldn't work. However, that edge case never appears. So technically, well, to be honest, we can ignore it. There is an edge case where end of line is a single digit number. This fails for lots of exciting reasons. So when we handle a number, what we want to do is we want to go back to the start of the number. And as we're going back for each of those, we're going to do something called scan for Gearz. So same for 1, 2, 3. Scan for Gearz around a 3. Same for the 2. Then the 1. Yeah, repeat a lot of computation here, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much because I've got my solution. And I cannot be bothered to look at this problem anymore. I hate it. So scanning for gears, we just look around it. It's the same as before, but all we want to see is there's a gear. If there is a gear, then, and what we're going to do, we need to track to see if we've seen the gear before. If we have, we don't want to process it. So we give a gear a name. This is such a bad way to do it, but it does work, which is just, well, its coordinates. And then if we've not seen it before, which is what this exclamation mark found, we have. Otherwise, we've not seen it, we're going to handle the gear and add it to the total and set the gear to found. Oh dear, this is where the code starts getting really bad. So first index, last index. So first, it's the first number of a gear. The index is something I use to make sure that this number is different to the other number of the gears. So you've got a gear here in the middle, and then a number here. You want this number and this number, not this number and this number. I didn't even explain the problem for part 2. That's how stupid I am. You can read part 2 if you're interested. But basically, there's a gear which is a star in the middle of two numbers. We need to multiply the numbers together and find the sum of all numbers like that. And only process them once, of course, because otherwise that'd be stupid, wouldn't it? So what we do is we go around all the things and we scan the number that returns us the number and the index, which was, well, the index is very weird. It's a unique point mapped slightly weirdly to where the number's first digit is. And then basically we set it, set the first number, set the second number. If we've not seen enough numbers for whatever reason, we scarper and just return 0 and hope everything's fine. Otherwise, we want to, when we scan our number, what we do is we just track back to the first digit over here. It's minus plus just represents overscan, where you scan one back to see is this a digit. It's not a digit, so your index is off by 1. And then we need to double check that we've not got -1 because my code doesn't work properly. That's how good it is. To be honest, I could probably fix it, but I am not bothered that much. I could probably just put this here, delete this here, and then hope it gives me the same 84,000-ish number. Yeah, look at that. There we go. I've made my code better for you. Yeah, so the plus just means we've scanned too far by 1. Before it was really stupid. It was shit code, I won't lie. And then what we do is we go forwards to the end of it just to get the actual number and return it. To be honest, this is not a good solution for day 3, and honestly I think I should have done it better. However, I've finished it now. I've uploaded the day 2 video. That means I don't have to look at day 3 ever again, which is what I want, to be honest, because I don't care about day 3 that much. I've just realised my webcam's frozen. Look at that. It's sorted out. Come on. Oh, my USB ports have gone haywire. That's not good. Look at that. Okay, I'm back here. Not there. Up there. That's broken. Right, that's day 3. It's all gone horribly wrong, including the recording. That's a goodbye from me. Don't forget, if you want to see solutions, as always, on the GitHub. That was a bit of a catastrophe of a video, I won't lie.